Welcome to the Hole and the Grambling State Dynasty. It's homecoming as our 19th ranked Grambling State Tigers host the 6-2 Rebels of Ole Miss. The Tigers have 4-star athlete Joseph Clayton on campus this week. He's a D lineman who can play inside or out. First quarter action, JT takes the handoff up the gut, finds a huge lane and picks up 14. 3 plays later, Austin drops back and hits Gerald Cox across the middle. He makes a move and spins for 17 yards. Then on third down, Austin goes back to the air and looks for Edwards across the middle, but overthrows him. Tigers forced to punt. Rebels take over. Fano goes play action and threads the needle to Johnson for 7 yards. A few plays later, Fano again fakes the handoff and hits Matthews streaking down the seam. He's finally brought down after a 21-yard pickup. Then on third down, Fano drops back and lobs it to the outside for Johnson. He makes the catch and gains 14. Next play, Thompson takes a sweep left, finds a lane, cuts upfield, and picks up 13. 2 plays later, Fano drops back and hits Ricks on the outside, and he muscles ahead for 13, first and goal. Then on second down, Matthews takes a delay, but gets blown up in the backfield by Richard Maynard. Third and goal, Fano goes back to the air, but big Cam Richardson ends that idea. He gets the sack, an 11-yard loss. Rebels settle for 3. Tigers take over. Austin keeps the option right, has a lot of room, and picks up 13. After a sack, it's third and long. Austin drops back and throws a dart to Rob Bradford across the middle for 19. Then on 4th and 1, Thomas finds a small hole, picks up 5, and the first down. Next play, Austin drops back, sees the pressure, so he rolls out to his right, turns upfield, and steps out just short of the marker. Then Thomas finds a hole on the left, gets hit, but keeps the legs moving for 8 yards. But the drive was stalled and the Tigers were forced to punt again. Next Rebels possession, Fano with the play action, steps up in the pocket, sneaks out and gains 5. Then Fano keeps the option up the middle. He sheds a tackle and is finally brought down after picking up 15. Next play, Fano shows off his touch. Check out this throw to Dawson, knocks downfield for a gain of 24. It would lead to another Ole Miss field goal. But here come the Tigers. Austin drops back and hits Terrell on the outside. He gets upfield and gains 20. 2 plays later, Austin with the 3-step drop and hits Bradford on the drag. He turns upfield and gains 8. A few plays later, Thomas takes the handoff, makes a cut, runs over a Rebel and gets tripped up after a 16-yard gain. Then on first down, Austin throws a dart to Gunn for a gain of 11. 2 plays later, Thomas walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling. Tigers take a 1-point lead. Next Ole Miss possession, Matthews takes the stretch right, but gets popped by DeAndre Hodges for the loss. Then on third and long, Fano drops back and has tons of time. He steps up in the pocket, but Marvin Goff finally gets to him for the sack. Rebels forced to punt. And GSU looks to capitalize. Austin rolls to his right and throws a dart to Gunn for 11. Then Phil drops back again, rolling to his right, and look at all the green in front of him. He steps out after picking up 14. Next play, Phil goes back to the air and hits Rob Bradford in the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling. 14-6 Tigers. After Ole Miss goes 3 and out, Thomas is still running hard. He picks up another 10 yards. Then JT gets it again, and look at the huge lane. He sheds a tackle and muscles his way to a 21-yard pickup. Next play, Thomas finds the lane up the middle, makes a cut, and pounds ahead for 8. Tigers face a 4th and long, and Austin hits Gunn on the curl route for 14 and the first down. Next play, Austin keeps the option right, finds some space, slams on the brakes, and gains 10. Then Austin drops back and throws a dart to Bradford on a slant. He runs over a safety and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling, 21-6. Rebels go 3 and out again. Austin drops back, rolls left, turns up the sideline, and coughs it up. It's a fumble. Sengo dives on it. It's the Rebels' ball. But Ole Miss could not capitalize, so we go into the half with GSU up 21-6. Now it's time to show out and put a little G-Funk on that thing. Here's the baddest band in all the land, the one and only Grambling State Marching Band. Start at third, Ole Miss drive, and Fano drops back, moves to the right, and throws a dart to Knox wide open, and he fights ahead for 16. Then Fano goes back to the air, tries to roll to his right, but Richard Maynard is there for his first sack on the day. Then on third and long, Fano with the deep drop and tries to step up in the pocket, but freshman Torian Ray is there to bring him down. Rebels forced to punt. Tigers take over. Joe Thomas hits the hole on the left, makes a cut, and fights ahead for 14. Then JT gets it again, and look at the lane for number 9. He picks up another 14 yards. Next play, Austin hits Thomas on the screen. He turns the corner and gets tackled after picking up 14. Then Austin with the quick drop tries to fit it into Terrell, but is picked off by Bowie. What a play by the linebacker. And Ole Miss looks to turn turnovers into points. Fano keeps the option right. Carey misses, and the big QB rumbles his way to a 19-yard gain. Then Matthews takes the counter right, finds some space, and gets tackled after gaining 9 yards. Few plays later, Fano keeps the option left, and he has some blockers. He turns upfield and gets airborne and gains 11. Then on third down, Fano goes back to the air, and talk about threading the needle. Look at this throw to Garrett on the slant. First and goal, Rebels. And Thomas would cash it in from 3 yards out, 21-13 Grambling State. Tigers look to get going. Austin drops back and hits Paxton on the check down for 5. A few plays later, Austin keeps the option right, and he muscles ahead for 8 yards. 2 plays later, Thomas takes the rock and weaves his way to a 7-yard pickup. Later in the drive, Austin goes back to the air, and he hits freshman Sean Edwards for 16 yards. Drive would stall, and Gordon comes on to kick the field goal, extending the lead to 11 for Grambling State. Before the end of the third, Fano showing off his wheels. He takes the option right, breaks a tackle, and gains 15. Fano sets up to throw, doesn't like what he sees, tries to scramble out, but Josh Carey is there for the sack and a 5-yard loss. Then on third and long, Fano standing tall in the pocket. He has tons of time, but here comes Richard Maynard to lower the boom. Ole Miss forced to punt. GSU looking to put the nail in the coffin. Thomas hits the hole left, weaves and gains 10. Then Austin keeps the option right, spins and gains 11. Next play, Austin drops back and throws a dart to Edwards across the middle for 12. Later, Austin goes back to the air, hit Demetrius Gunn on the slant for 12 yards. And if you were concerned about Austin's injury, check out this run. He gets popped down at the 2-yard line, but JT would walk it into the end zone. Touchdown, Grambling. The lead is up to 18. After another GSU field goal, Ole Miss's last chance, Fano sneaks up the middle and picks up 9. Then Fano hits Matthews on the screen. He sheds a tackle, but gets popped by Ray, and it's a fumble. GSU recovers, and that would do it. The Tigers keep the win streak alive. 34-13 is your final. Austin finished 19 of 36 for 203, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but he had a huge day on the ground, finishing with 97 yards. But Joel Thomas was the story of this game. 29 carries for 214 yards and 2 scores. He averaged 7.3 yards a carry. Out wide, Rob Bradford led the way with 6 grabs for 50 yards and 2 scores. Gunn had 5 catches and Edwards had 3. On defense, Josh Carey finished with 9 tackles and 2 sacks. Richard Maynard had 3 sacks on the day. Goff, Ray, and Richardson each had a sack apiece. Another tough win for our Tigers, and they look to extend their winning streak to 7 games. Next up, the Bayou Classic versus Southern University. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're brand new. And don't forget to hit those links down in my description and follow your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Gat Game. And we'll talk in the Tigers Den podcast and welcome the newest member to the recruiting class. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.